Hi all. First thing I'd like to do is to thank all my new subscribers. I do appreciate them subscribing very much so and their support. And I hope I can be worthy of and live up to your subscription. Um, but I basically want to make a small announcement here that in the future I probably will almost exclusively be talking about men's issues, men going their own ways issues. And foregoing talking about, say, politics, which in the past I've talked about a lot, um, in large measure because I think talking about politics, as interesting as it can be, is a waste of time. But also because I think, as an MRA and as a guy who's aware of the stuff, I think we all have bigger fish to fry. Having said that, I haven't really changed my political views over the last couple of years, or indeed for well, most of my life. I mean, I am, I guess, in the day what you describe as libertarian. I think we should have a much smaller government. Specifically, I guess I'm a minarchist. I don't think we should have a welfare system. I also don't think we should be participating in immoral and costly wars overseas and so on and so forth. So yes, I still fit the bill. Having said that, I think distraction to talk about politics because I don't think you get a whole lot done when you talk about politics, especially on the internet. And I have no illusions that I'm getting things done when I talk about men's issues, but at least I'm making people aware. Because not everyone is aware. And as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, there are a lot of guys, men, who are basically afraid to either recognize the truth or speak the truth, or, speak the truth in a manner that's loud enough that other people might hear it. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. That I haven't changed my political views. Call me a classical liberal or libertarian or whatever. But I don't think it's as constructive as concentrating on these men's issues, which because we don't have I don't think we have enough to to quote, this is to quote from the game I've talked about quite a bit, Mass Effect. There's a scene in it where, well, anyway, one of the Shepard, the protagonist, tells this soldier who wants to sacrifice his life. Well, he said, we don't have enough on our side to take one for the team. And I think in a way, talking about politics, as I said, as interesting as it is kind of taking one for the team. I think we need to work in unison in a cooperative manner, and talking about politics, as interesting as it can be, I think brings us away from that goal because inevitably there are going to be differences, particularly political and religious, amongst MRA men, because we're all individuals at the end of the day, despite attempts to paint us as a monolithic group. And I think those differences, generally speaking, are fairly minuscule, and maybe they're not in some cases, but getting past that is an important issue, and I think the way to do that is really to just concentrate specifically on the issue of men's rights, where there's an intersection of men's rights issues and politics. It's probably pretty important, and many people have stated this. Yes, leftist, statist, pseudo-Marxist, whatever you want to call it, political devotees tend to favor feminism and state-initiated violence much more so than the right. Although, well, like I said, I don't really identify with the right or the left, but that's the whole point. Is that I think the political element to these things is certainly there and what should be talked about. But I think I'm done affiliating with any particular party, or I want to really concentrate on the men's rights issues. If something else comes up that's a particular interest, I might talk about it. But having said that, yeah, so I think we really, whatever differences we have, they're pretty small and minuscule. I think all of us need to unite around this central issue. And that issue being that we're getting screwed. We're getting screwed pretty much because we were born with a dick and balls. Um, and and I think the difference, and I want to emphasize this in a final note, the difference, at least in my experience, between MRAs and what have you, is that there are very few men going in their own way who want special privileges for being a man. They actually do want equality. They actually are looking for egalitarianism, as opposed to special privileges enabled by the state. Um, the vast majority of MRAs say on their channels they don't censor people. I mean, some do because maybe it's become such an they're inundated with junk from mostly from feminists and what have you. I've never censored anyone, even though I've gotten pretty disgusting comments directed towards me of all manner. I can't imagine I ever would unless it got really out of hand, because I don't believe in censorship and I do believe in freedom of speech. Well, there we go with hate speech and what have you, and that is a political issue, and maybe I'll touch on that one day. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. Personally, I want to try to move beyond politics in the sense of I'm not going to be talking about politics as a central issue anymore, and I really want to concentrate on men's issues because I think it supersedes these other issues, and we as men will lose track of what the goal is and should be if we get lost in the quagmire of politics. Because, as I said, as interesting as it is, it's not our most pressing concern. Our most pressing concern, to reemphasize it again, is the fact that we've been fucked and screwed over because we weren't born with the right genitalia, amongst many other secondary sexual characteristics. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say in this video. And thank you once again to all the new subscribers, and I will try to live up to your confidence and the faith you put in me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.